Hello, I'm Michael Whiteside,
I'm Jared Lindsay.
and we're going to be talking to you today about an article from the New York Times. It is the most measured person in tech is running the most chaotic place on the planet. So this relates to the YouTube CEO, Susan Wojcicki, and her role in the business and how she thinks YouTube will expand in the future.
Yeah, so basically, Susan came from a well-educated family. She has two younger sisters who are also very accomplished. Her younger sister, Janet, is an anthropologist and a former Fulbright scholar. And her youngest sister, Anne, was the co-founder of 23andMe, which is the DNA testing website. So Anne went to college at Harvard, and she graduated there with her husband. Her and her husband then rented out their home surrounding Harvard to two Harvard students. And those two students happened to be Larry Page and Sergey Brin, and they were the founders of Google. So she was basically housing the founders of Google in her own home without her knowing it yet. She then started to work for Google when, at her current job in Intel, she relied on Google to find valuable information, and the server crashed. So she then went to work for Google as the 16th employee. At that point, she was just about to give birth to her first kid, and she was going to move to Google and not have a salary yet because of how small Google was. She became their first marketing manager at Google, and she skyrocketed Google from just a kind of a well-known website to a global juggernaut. She turned and developed the AdWords or AdWords, which is the signature advertising product. And in 2006, she encouraged Google to actually buy YouTube for $1.65 billion. And this actually turned out to be a very good investment because Morgan Stanley just estimated that the division now is worth $160 billion. And so she is now considered to be the first cousin of the royal family for Google. And yeah, so now Mike's going to take it over and tell you about her time at YouTube.
Yes, so when she started at YouTube, she was known as one of the most powerful women in advertising. This is just because of her role in Google, because it was just so big, and she really helped the company skyrocket into what it is today. So when she started her career at YouTube, she focused on adding creative ads to YouTube and implementing YouTube TV. So some of these creative ads that she added were the ads that play before the video plays when you go to YouTube, or ads that play on the side. And her accomplishment of adding YouTube TV to YouTube's platform has been great for their revenue, great for their ad selling, and great for the company as a whole. However, later in her career at YouTube, her focus has shifted to toxic containment rather than growth. Now, this is because YouTube has had some problems with the ads they've been running and the suggested videos on the side. So there have been problems with YouTube with running anti-vax content, anti-vax ads next to their content, which sparked protests around the nation just because of the whole anti-vax dilemma, kids getting very sick because their parents refused to vaccinate them. So that caused a really big dilemma for YouTube. She's trying to contain that now. And also there's been inappropriate content suggested suggested videos next to videos for children. So say your son or daughter goes on YouTube, they watch a video just for them, just like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and then a sexually charged video pops up next to it. You obviously wouldn't like that. That's not good for YouTube. That's not good for the kid. So that's really the problem that Mrs. Wojcicki is trying to focus on. She's trying to get those kind of videos and those kind of problems off of the YouTube radar. And how this relates to work environment in the workplace for YouTube is it's really turning into toxic containment rather than focusing on growth. So this toxic containment environment is really not good for YouTube's recruiting and their employee development, just because employees want to focus on the positives rather than containing the negatives. So that's really the problem that Mrs. Wojcicki has to focus on. Shifting this this environment of toxic containment into an environment of growth and prosperity for YouTube. Thank you for listening to our video, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.